Welcome to another episode of IT Nation Wise Up. I am one of your co-hosts, Vicki Bruns. Matt Topper is actually on site at IT Nation Connect, which is where we're filming now,
Awesome.
at a breakout session because he is a cybersecurity evangelist, alongside of being my amazing co-host. But that aside, I am joined here by Erwin Visser. Erwin, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Yeah?
We had a pretty awesome event here the last 3 days.
Yes.
As Microsoft, and
I was going to say, yes.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the company that you're with and what you do for Microsoft.
yes, so I work for Microsoft, and my role is that I'm responsible for the partner strategy and investment for Americas.
Okay, great. And how many IT Nation events have you been to at this
I have
point?
to admit, this is I would say 1.5.
Okay.
I was here last year for a few hours just to see a few keynotes. And then, hey, this week I spent here 3 days. So
The whole 3 days.
Yes.
And I know because I was with you most of the time during those 3 days because we've had a lot of activity on site together, ConnectWise and Microsoft. And I was wondering, I mean, I know that you've been part of this partnership since the inception. And can you tell us a little bit about kind of the origin story of where we started?
yeah, hey, I'm happy to elaborate here. So as Microsoft, we're really, of course, looking into how can we help SMB customers to get the best security, help them to migrate to the cloud, adopt the latest AI technologies, and so we know that MSPs are essential to support SMB customers, and so we're really interested to learn more how, as Microsoft, can better service MSP partners. And as part of it, we know that ConnectWise is a significant, influential company for MSPs because a lot of the MSPs use your technology. And so that's why we are so excited with the partnership that we have with ConnectWise. Is like, how can we work together with ConnectWise to help MSPs help SMBs?
Yeah, and I know that really the story has evolved over time. I mean, I think we're about 2 years into this partnership at this point. We started off with really a cybersecurity investment together. And it's, to your point, it's evolved into AI. We just had a great platform session earlier today that was with Microsoft, ConnectWise, and Pax8, and Jay McBain from Canalys. And what are your thoughts on this whole platform story? I mean, it seems like there's a lot of moving parts within the MSP ecosystem and the SMB ecosystem. So why are platforms so important?
Yeah, I can start with the almost like the origin story of Microsoft.
Yeah.
Because Microsoft is a platform company almost by design. And when we started Microsoft with technologies like Windows and then Windows Server and even Office and others, and now Azure and Office 365, we always believed that we are a platform company that offers other partners the opportunity to customize and build solutions specific to customers. And so we, taking that our history in platforms, we're very excited the direction and all the innovation that ConnectWise is doing in building out your ACO platform. Because I think that our technology combined with your platform could really help MSPs to standardize a lot of their operations and their technology and have more time to support their customers.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I would say, I know obviously there's been another recent evolution in this partnership with Pax8, and I'm curious to get your take on what is that impact to the MSP, right? Because you just mentioned, right, you've got this monstrous software company that is Microsoft and the Microsoft platform. You have ConnectWise, the up and coming ASIO platform for MSPs. So where does Pax8 fit into all of this?
Yeah, I think
or
that
distribution, I guess, in general.
hey, distribution is clearly super important. Like it's the ease of purchase, the ease of acquisition, the ease of rolling out solutions is very much important in this whole ecosystem. So I see this as a win. And 1 + 1 + 1 is like 5
Yeah,
almost.
right.
Yeah, where Pax8, a great company, a great marketplace, platform company for acquisition, for purchase, for supporting their partners, ConnectWise, delivering a platform for MSPs to really operationalize their business. And Microsoft, our part, of course, is that we can help with bringing solutions around productivity, security, AI to the SMB customers, almost fueled by Pax8 and ConnectWise in this case.
Right. And I know there's a lot coming out of IT Nation Connect and trying to simplify that story and make it easy for MSPs to be able to understand and really for us to be the guides to show them how to do it, right? And so I don't know about you. I know we're very excited about this and the next, I guess, the next steps of what's to come. But I wanted to kind of get your take. The show IT Nation Wise Up is all about helping to provide thought leadership, tips and tricks to help the MSP community. So I wanted to ask, like, what are some things that you're hearing and you're seeing at this conference that are maybe pieces of advice that you would give to any listener or viewer out there?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And hey, I'm not going to state here that I'm a specialist here, but
Mm-hmm.
I had the ability over the last 2-3 days to talk to a lot of partners, and I think the two pieces of feedback that is continuously coming back is one is we need help in simplifying our technology stack.
Mm-hmm.
If I look at the data and I talk to partners, is that a lot of partners are using a significant amount of differentiated tools that at the end cost them money and investment in their operations. And so every tool you use as an MSP has a tax. It costs not just money for the purchase, but you have to train your engineers, you have to support it, you have to leverage it and use it. So I think that between ConnectWise and Microsoft, if we can help MSPs to standardize more on a set of tools that really help their customers' problems,
Right.
we can take complexity out.
Yeah.
So that is really, I think, one important point of feedback that I got. The second one is MSPs get questions from their customers around AI and how they can help their customers start taking the value out of AI. And that is a different conversation. It's not a technology conversation. It often starts with a business conversation. So I think the opportunity here is that if we can help MSPs to remove time and potentially costs in their current technology stack,
Mm-hmm.
they will have more time and more opportunity to start helping to transform their customers with AI technology. And so I think this is a huge growth opportunity for a lot of MSPs to really start thinking beyond technology services into business services.
Yeah, I really like what you were saying there because I met with a few MSPs who this is their first time attending IT Nation Connect. Met with them on Wednesday right before things kicked off, and the utilization of existing platforms can be surprisingly pretty low sometimes, right? Depending on the type of solution that you're working with, and when you start looking at how many point solutions MSPs have or that they're managing, now you're looking at anywhere upwards of 20, 30, maybe 40 different types of solutions that they're having to manage.
I heard two partners telling me that they had up to 40 different solutions that we're using. Yeah.
Yeah, it boggles the mind. And when you look at the IT Nation Solutions Pavilion, IT Nation Connect Solutions Pavilion, 10 years ago, we did not have 150 vendors that were in there. But what I'm trying to say is with new technologies come new offerings and so many things out there. And, I know a lot of thought leaders in our space say, hey, sometimes it's better to just kind of hone in on maybe maximizing what you have, right? And finding ways to leverage your existing solutions versus the shiny object syndrome, And so it sounds like this is another approach that we could potentially help with of, hey, if we can help to sync that data of those solutions that you're using and really maximizing the potential of what you already have,
Yeah.
how much does that help you in your business?
I think 100% spot on, Vicky. And I also think that this is an area where ConnectWise can probably play a role to start sharing these best practices. Has
Yeah.
see like understanding where we see MSPs really becoming more efficient, more effective, and helping the rest of the community to understand like what is their company transformation to get there.
Yes. Awesome. Well, so I want to kind of switch things up a little bit here and talk a little bit about some of the fun things that you like to do, Erwin, because one of the other great things about the show is that we we kind of dive into what people like to do on their own personal time. For example, we had somebody on last week who is a sourdough baker extraordinaire. I learned a lot about cultures and sourdough cultures that apparently can last for up to 100 years, which is shocking to me. I'm wondering, what are some of the hobbies that you like to enjoy on your downtime? Do you have downtime at Microsoft?
We,
or-
we have downtime.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
So let me break the news. I'm not a baker.
Okay.
Well, let me take that out of the.
So I can't come to you with a sourdough starter kit question?
No, that would
All right.
probably be not something that I would like immediately know what to do with. I like to eat other people's bakery. But
Okay.
I'm not a baker myself. So yeah, I think for me, my downtime is really split into like two things. It's like spending time with family and friends, and then trying to do something in the outdoors, which can be skiing, hiking, biking, climbing, anything that in that second category if I have the time. Yeah, but that's how I kind of split my time.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but I know you're a very driven individual because I'm going to get to the next question on my list here. I want to know what your next bucket list item is going to be, because I know that you accomplished a major bucket list item a little over a year ago. At this
It
point?
was May last year.
Okay. All right. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I was lucky and had the opportunity in last year to climb Mount Everest.
That's so amazing.
Yeah, I was so it's still like an amazing, crazy, slightly traumatic adventure. But yeah, so that was a huge opportunity. So I have a next bucket item, and that and I. By the way, don't tell anybody. This is not going to go public, because I haven't told my wife yet.
Okay. Uh-oh.
But I'm planning to climb Mount Vincent in January next year. So
Oh,
that is
wow.
so not this year, so 2026. But that's the highest mountain in Antarctica. That is kind of my next.
Wow. All right. Wow, that is really impressive. Well,
Well, I haven't done it yet, so.
okay, well, it's a good goal. It's a good goal to set for yourself.
I do believe, I always have believed in that you have to set goals to get yourself motivated and create the action to support the goal.
Yeah,
So
and and you just said it out loud, so I feel like that's creating accountability with anybody that's listening. I know now I'm hearing it. Now I have to hold you accountable, right?
Yes,
For hitting that goal.
yes,
All right. Well, here you can do me this favor then. My bucket list item, it's not really a bucket list item, is to start riding horses again.
Oh,
Yeah, starting next year. So next time we see each other, gotta ask me, hey, how are your lessons going?
okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. And I'll
love
say, hey,
that.
how's your training going?
Yes. After I ask you how your donkey is doing.
Oh, yeah. Don Juan is doing really well. He is fat and happy in his pasture with his pasture mate Clementine
Okay.
and the mule. So yes, I'm a foster parent to 2 equine rescues who I've had for over 2 years, and they keep me busy. They got out actually 2 weeks ago, and I do not know how to use a lasso, but I was trying to lasso the mule before.
Is there a video of
I
this?
know.
Can I look at YouTube and see you trying to lasso a donkey?
No, there's not. Thankfully, there is not one of those. Although maybe, I mean, that would actually be a very good video to watch. Probably have a lot of viewers on it. But yeah, next time if that happens, I'll make sure to bring my camera phone out and and
Okay.
record it.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah. So okay. So this is the last question that we typically ask in this podcast, and usually Matt's the one to deliver it. So I'm going to Matt Topper. If you're listening, I'm trying to do you justice by delivering this question correctly, and that is, what is a habit that you would recommend starting or breaking to the audience?
Really good question. I think your delivery was a B minus, but
Oh, okay. Okay.
for
I'll
math,
keep
no,
working
I'm
on that.
joking. I'm joking. No, a habit that I would like to break, or so I think.
Or begin.
Yeah, no. I think a habit that I got started maybe 2, 3 years ago is a really healthy breakfast, a protein shake, fruit, and I feel that that's a really good. I I feel it has helped me getting my energy just for work, but also for some of the side activities.
Okay.
Healthy
Okay.
breakfast.
Okay. Yeah. So you're not skipping breakfast. You're doing it right and getting the day started
Trying.
correctly. Okay. All right. I may have to start doing that as well. That's a good recommendation. Well, Erwin, thank you so much for joining us on this special episode, again, on site at IT Nation Connect. Before we leave, is there anything else that you have for us? Anything that you're excited about with this MSP partnership?
Hey, yeah. Oh, it's a lot, but I'm really excited. I always think that you kind of your goal is to create progress, and like some things are complex, takes time to solve. I think the opportunity, the progress that we are making in the relationship between ConnectWise and Microsoft, and now PAX 8. Um, we had our engineering team here from Intune. They did a roundtable to get feedback from MSPs around what they liked about Intune, what they don't like about Intune. And so we are making significant investments as Microsoft in SMB and in MSPs, because we don't sell directly. So everything goes through the MSP community. And I love to see how more and more teams in Microsoft are listening to the MSP community, grab their feedback, making the improvements, and help them to be more productive, efficient, more secure with the technology of Microsoft. So that's what gets me fired up.
Okay, well, what I heard, folks, is that there are more things to come. So make sure that you stay tuned for what's coming next from all the great things that we're working on for you. So
Awesome.
thanks so much for joining us, Erwin. We really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. And thank you for tuning in. And by the way, if you've not subscribed yet to this podcast, make sure that you do so. And until next time, everyone, remember that every day is a chance to learn something new. Thank you.
Thank you.